Hey, how's it going, guys? So I wanted to go ahead and run through everything that happened yesterday, the closeouts, the overall percentage gain, um, which was an 11 point something percent, even with several losses last week. So let's just run through that real quick, and then we'll set up the watch list for the week. USD JPY ended up making 2.46 percent on this. We closed this out on Sunday yesterday. Um, and most of it was because of the price action. So there was a lot of crowding. It broke below the trend line that was ongoing for since late March. So a handful of days, about 10 days or so. And the MACD was definitely not supporting the move up. As we saw it move up, stair step up, MACD was just kind of either leveling or kind of going lower, or at least hinting towards that. So that coupled with the price action right here, crowding and not being able to break through this key level, I placed an entry for the key level itself and the stop way out of the way here. Probably could have squeezed that down and made a little bit more in the trade, but it's fine. I still made 2.46, so it's fine. But let me just give you guys a quick example of whenever you squeeze it down, how much of a difference it can make. So just to right here, which is a decent amount, we go from 246 to 362. So more than 1% increase just for modifying the stop to a reasonable level. You don't want to over abuse it, and you definitely rather be safe than sorry. But yeah, over time you get even better at taking an entry and placing your stop appropriately. USD CHF, nothing there. USD CAD, we actually caught an L on display. Ended up blasting through that area, and I didn't get out early. Probably should have, but we lost 1% here. Then we go to NZD USD. I think this is the one that I made the biggest mistake on, assuming that we were going to bounce up off of this level. This wasn't the biggest mistake that I made last week, but this is why this play was taken. I was really assuming it was going to bounce off of that level and come up to the EMAs, but I caught an L on that one, so that was 1% as well. Then we got out at 1.74 on this one. This is NZD JPY. Huge move up here. There's a big rejection candle actually. Very beautiful on the daily chart. You check that out. And so I decided to place a trade, which is really beautiful on the daily chart. It's beyond the EMAs. We're protected there. We're coming right after a big rejection candle, and there was a couple that kind of this engulfing, so that kind of confirmed the rejection. This candle didn't really help much, but I decided to go ahead and take that position, and it really came as a huge benefit. This was one of those that I drew in ahead of time, so I drew this line. Pivot ended up being a lot lower, but just so happened the level I chose, there was a big reaction there. So that's kind of more of an instinctual type of trade, I guess, if you want to call it something. This one we got out yesterday for 2.05. This is also an NZD pair. We were kind of trending downward, and I saw that. This one was risky because of the 200 EMA. We had to blast through that in order to hit our profit target. As you can see right here, I hope you guys can see that. See this? So this pink line is 200 EMA, and I played this as if we're going to break through that, which is usually a pretty big deal. Good price action on the 1 hour chart where we came down, pulled back, textbook entry. Pretty straightforward play there. Getting out down here was really lucky for me. I saw this crowding, and I said I'm not going to chance it, and it looks like I was pretty right. There actually might be another entry right here. I don't know how I feel about it yet. Yeah, it's just going to reject off of 50 EMA. So I'm going to go ahead and place this live so you guys can see this play. Definitely feel strongly about this. Not going to be looking for a home run necessarily, but We're going to let price action tell us what to do. Stop loss, could place it based on previous days pivots, but that doesn't really resonate on this one. So I'm going to use today's. Push it way back here. So we're going to have to travel pretty far in order to make some decent money on this one. More of that story. Let me see if there's a profit target that makes sense. Maybe to baseline here at the max. We'll say at 4%. It's a huge move for a 4% gain, but we'll play it. Draw this in. And I like to draw this arrow just to show that we're, looking at this live. So it's going to have to pull back a little bit further for us to actually get triggered in. But that's fine. NZD CAD, another pair moving in that direction. For some reason, I put an up arrow. Let's kind of find out why. Mostly because we're going to be resting on this 200 EMA, the same 200 EMA that got broken in this play, JPY, NZD JPY. So anyways, that's the USD and NZD pairs. I'm going to flip over to the next chart for gains. All right, peace.